Section 17 of A Guidebook of Art, Architecture, and Historic Interests in Pennsylvania, edited by Margaretta Archambault. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Tatiana Chichilla. Westmoreland County. Formed February 26, 1773. Named for the county of Westmoreland, England. Chief industries, coal, coke, gas, and manufactories. Ruins of old furnaces abound in this section, relics of the iron industry about 1800. The Lincoln Highway crosses this county, formerly the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh Turnpike, entering near Laughlinstown, at the base of Laurel Ridge, elevation 2,700 feet. Here is a museum of relics, shown in an old tavern of stagecoach days, built about 1800, where Daniel Webster is said to have stopped, and Zachary Taylor in 1848 held a reception. 3 miles west is Ligonier, on site of a fort built by Captain Byrd under the direction of Colonel Bouquet, a Swiss, named for Sir John Ligonier, a famous English general. All traces of the fort have been obliterated. A descriptive tablet, erected by the Daughters of the American Revolution, is in the town square. In the high school library is an engraving from a painting by Sir Joshua Reynolds of Sir John Ligonier. Nearby is Idlewild Park. At Bushy Run, the Indians made a furious attack on Bouquet and his company, but were utterly routed, and they retreated beyond the Ohio. Bouquet then marched to Fort Pitt and recovered it in 1763. Next year, he led an expedition beyond the Ohio River. The Indians sued for peace, and he compelled them to bring all their captives to Fort Pitt. 1.5 miles west of Ligonier is residence of General Arthur St. Clair from 1767 to 72, the Hermitage, rebuilt excepting one room, which is well cared for. There is a well-grounded tradition that Washington sent from Mount Vernon 2 expert carpenters, whose quaintly designed woodwork, mantelpiece, and wainscoting doubtless saved this room from destruction. The house was marked in 1913 by the Phoebe Bayard chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution, of Greensburg. 4 miles west of Latrobe is St. Vincent's Monastery and Church, dedicated in 1905, brick and stone buildings with highly decorated interiors, containing the main altar, onyx, set with jewels, and fine wood carvings from Italy. North on William Penn Highway is New Alexandria. Here, owned by Elizabeth Craig, is a rattlesnake flag, in use before the Revolution, made of crimson silk. In the upper left-hand corner is the English coat of arms. On the field is a rattlesnake with 13 rattles, indicating the 13 colonies. Underneath are the words, "Don't tread on me," JPFBWCP, for John Proctor's 1st Battalion, Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania, by whom it was adopted. Greensburg, population 15,033, formerly called Newtown, settled in 1782, made county seat in 1786, and name changed in honor of General Nathaniel Greene, who died at Savannah, Georgia that same year. Many of the Westmoreland County soldiers served under him in the Revolution. It now has its 4th courthouse, a dignified building, French Renaissance, white granite, the facade surmounted by a well-proportioned dome, dedicated 1908. Architect William Kaufman. Contains portraits of judges and lawyers. Among the churches of good architecture are the United Brethren, Classic, Doric, Architects Winkler and MacDonald, and the First Presbyterian on South Main Street, Gothic, Stone, Architects Cram and Ferguson. Other notable buildings are the Post Office, Classic, Ionic, the YMCA, an adaptation of Colonial, and St. Joseph's Academy with beautiful grounds overlooking the whole town. In St. Clair Cemetery is a monument to General Arthur St. Clair, who is buried here. About 5 miles distant is Oakford Park. Fells Church in Rostraver Township southwest is said to be the second Methodist church west of the Alleghenies, built of logs in 1792. Present stone building in 1834. In the burial ground are many pioneers of western Pennsylvania. End of section 17.